So good afternoon and welcome to the 40th anniversary celebration of Koinonia. Today we celebrate our past by focusing forward. We have planned a program that I believe will make clear just what we mean by that. But before we get into the program itself, I want to acknowledge a few people who have made today possible. First, I would like to acknowledge our sponsors, beginning with corporate sponsors, CBIZ and the Cuyahoga County Board of Developmental Disabilities. Premier sponsors include Avalon, First Merit Bank, HealthSpan, and National Telephone Service. And our premium sponsors include Avalon, 95.5 The Fish, the law firm of Nicola, Goodbranson, and Cooper, Walthall Drake CPAs. Thank you for your support of today's event. Koinonia has been blessed with an all-star team of planners and doers that is extensive, making it difficult to list in full. Please know that you have my sincere gratitude for your many contributions. There are several people that I need to recognize at this time. Fred Watkins, Chair of the Board of Directors, Andy Kinnear, Chair of the Supporter Relations Committee, and the board members Melissa Mykut, Kate Fenner, and Ethan McPeak are all with us today. In addition, Mary Patton, President of Patton Public Relations, and Michelle Burgess, partner with Rue Creative, collaborated closely with Mary Bondi, Chief Business Development Officer for Koinonia. Thank you all for your vision and hard work. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize Monty Kerr, Deputy Director of Policy and Strategic Direction for the Ohio Department of Developmental Disabilities, and Kristen Helling, Employment First Project Manager Lead. Thank you for joining us today. Finally, I believe we have 3 people with us, I hope they were able to make it today, that could perhaps tell the Koinonia story better than I can. They were here at its inception, provided leadership and support over the years, and perhaps most importantly, trusted Koinonia to care for their beloved sister Peggy as one of the first residents at Leanne's. If Joe Kilbane, Kay Schneider, and Roseanne Weiss are here, will you please stand? They're not here yet, but we appreciate all that they've done. Koinonia is an idea that began at home. In the early 1970s, when choices about where people with developmental disabilities could live and thrive were either few or dismal, a group of parents and other concerned citizens gathered around a kitchen table and decided there had to be another way. They wanted a chance for their loved ones to have the full experience of community, opportunities to live, work, engage, and contribute. That is, to have a typical life. So in 1974, with the gift of the Leo Schmidt family home, which is now known as Leanne's, Koinonia became a reality with our first group home for 8 women. This perhaps unfamiliar Greek word, koinonia, a tongue twister for many and a mystery to others, was selected as our agency name to communicate our vision, mission, heart, and soul of what this organization was to stand for: community, fellowship, interdependence, a sense of belonging and connectedness, not just to those living in the home, but connectedness to the broader community in every way imaginable. Now, many organizations can proudly say that they have worked hard to understand, accept, and embrace the intrinsic value of every citizen in our midst, regardless of real or imagined ability or limitations. However, Koinonia cannot make that statement. We cannot, because that is exactly where we started. From the very beginning, Sister Mary Charles Shashinsky believed with absolute certainty in the potential of people with developmental disabilities. From the beginning, Koinonia understood that the world is made a better place when the richness of the diversity and contributions made by people with developmental disabilities is allowed to shine. Before it was fashionable, a mandate, or politically correct, Koinonia is and was about believing that life in the community is the true north, and those of us who play supporting roles, either in an official sense as a service provider or in the capacity of natural supports, also known as the community at large, We need the courage and faith to believe in what is not yet seen and known. In our field and society in general, we talk about movements to community, integration, and self-directed lives as if they were new thoughts to be discovered, studied, learned, and embraced. We debate its efficacy, practicality, and impact. The fact is, most people with developmental disabilities already live in the community, with friends, families, or by themselves. They are your neighbors and my neighbors. This has always been true and always will be true. So what are we really talking about? What is the real challenge here? You may say, I want to be helpful, but I just don't know what to do. Well then, you're in very good company. As in each of our own lives, we haven't always known the exact best way to achieve our goals. There have been many times we weren't crystal clear what our goals were. There are times when we have fallen short and maybe even failed in our own eyes. So we just try, learn, try again, adjust, without considering if we are worth it. We don't worry about if we're worth the struggle, because we know we are worth it. You are worth it, and that isn't changed because you have a disability. We are worth it because it is the very essence of being human. So this is the compass that has helped Koinonia navigate through its 40 years. I have been honored and humbled to attempt to carry this legacy forward for the past 28 years. Koinonia has successfully provided services and supports in the community because of an interconnected network of collaborators, partners, and friends. Many are in this room today, and we are so very grateful for our partnership. Over the past 40 years, Koinonia has grown from serving 8 women in a home in Garfield Heights to 21 group homes throughout the county, over 50 supported living sites, and a robust day vocational and career service program. Now serving over 450 people and employing over 500 associates, Koinonia has continued to innovate, refine, and reinvent ourselves, always looking forward, working to create opportunities that people with developmental disabilities want. But our work is far from over, and some of our greatest challenges lie ahead, requiring new partnerships and alliances. For these reasons, Koinonia is a relatively unknown nonprofit organization, invites you here today to hear from these outstanding speakers, beginning with Chris Fonseca, a man with real talent who just happens to have a disability, a comedian who can make me laugh until I want to cry. Chris is here because he makes us laugh and take a closer look at our beliefs, fears, and misconceived paradigms. We also have Dr. Bill LaFayette, a respected economist who has studied and written about the benefits of communities collaborating in new ways, and our renowned keynote speaker, Steve Forbes, who is a recognized leader and communicator of business trends and innovations worldwide. People with developmental disabilities represent diversity of interest, talents, and gifts, no different than all of us in this room. The big difference is that we expect to be seen as uniquely talented and gifted and capable of making this world a better place, and too often, people with developmental disabilities are not extended that same respect and opportunity. This thinking cripples a society and overlooks opportunities to help solve some important and urgent business and community needs. There are thousands of people in our region with developmental disabilities that want a job, want to get up each day and work hard, want to earn a paycheck, and want a life that is full and has meaning as they so define. Disability does not automatically remove the burning desire to be a contributing member of society. We must overcome the bias against seeing potential. This is where we all come in. Most people get jobs through friends, family, and networks. Who do you know that has a job to fill and is tired of the constant turnover, of poor work ethic, of too many employees? Businesses, You have a business to run, a service to provide, or product to manufacture or sell or transport. What will it take for you to be open to a conversation about how Koinonia can help meet your business objectives through a good match with an eager, qualified candidate? No one is looking for a handout. Employment for people with developmental disabilities isn't a charity case statement. It is a business case statement. So I leave you with this challenge. Consider how you can facilitate a job opportunity for just one individual with a disability so that at least one more person can work a few hours a day, a few days a week, or perhaps even full-time. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So again, I thank each of you for attending today as we join us in celebrating our past by focusing forward. Thank you.